Welcome back to Mad Lizard RC. So we got the Blackjack 24 out here. Previous video ran with the 1815, got 61 miles an hour off that guy. You know, I ended up getting a crash in the end. So quite interesting. So still, we got the batteries up for, this is still a 4S setup. So, but, you know, wanted to take some of the steering out and see, you know, as messing around, what would happen if we drop the steering down to, let's say, 75% throw on it. So it's just a slight throw, it's nothing big. A little bit of a bounce off the gate, but see, it still gets that little bit of that bounce there. Now let's go this side. So going to the left, this thing's really good. Turns good to the left. All right, so let's take some throw out of going to the right. So let's really take the right side down. So right side now down to 55%. And I wonder if that just, it might be torque roll because of the propeller. I have noticed like some, you know, bigger propellers kind of make this boat kind of dance around a little bit. See, like that kind of hooks to the right. And going to the left, you know, it's better. Now let's try something. So we reduce the steering, and now another thing you can do for actually tuning of a boat is the rudder angle and how much the rudder is kicked in or kicked out. So let's see if we can throw the angle on a kick out. On a kick out, actually cause the front end to do this, then but when turning can kind of pick up the back of the boat. So we kind of kick the rudder out a little bit just to mess around. So it's known like, you know, rudder inboard or outboard. See, it still does that a little bit. Straight away it does good. And I'm still running this 1817 prop. I'm at 1815 prop. See, it's got that weird. All right, let's bring in, let's try one more thing. Almost acts like it needs a little more weight to the right side. All right, so quite interesting. So we'll kick the rudder back down one more time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the batteries, we're gonna move them back. I got the batteries moved up pretty far on this right now. So, you know, these are my battery trays right here. So, which is kind of cool. You can just lift up the back tab and then they kind of pop out. And then if need be, you can move it. You know, my batteries are so big, I got to use Velcro. You know, people using like smaller batteries, you know, you can use your straps, no problem. And the tray has a cutout for the straps as well. Now what I'm trying to do is, there we go. Again, these batteries are just, I'm right at maximum. You know, two 5,000 lipos, 4S. So ran in parallel, you know, still for that 4S voltage, but getting, you know, trying to get as maximum run time as possible. I am getting a little bit of water in here, but nothing big. So other tray, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna move it back one more post. See if we can kind of play with the weight a little bit more. Again, my batteries, these batteries are tight. There he goes. Okay, let's go back one more time. Now I'm starting to get, you can see how my batteries came back a little bit more. I'm getting a little bit of water, so we'll just take that water out. And again, I'm running 10,000 milliamps, so two 5,000s in parallel. And temperature's been looking good so far. You know, this 1815 is a good speed prop, and for a 4S, you know, capable of 61 miles an hour, you know, it's good. My best so far has been 62 on 4S. So, but for tuning this with these new trays that I'm using here, I like, you know, I could take the batteries, put them up here, move them farther back, or even further by taking the trays, spinning them around, and you can go farther back. And what that does is it changes the COG, so you can have more weight up forward, more weight back, and kind of help tune the boat a little bit more. So, you know, moving the batteries back, you know, see about, you know, slight single bounce getting up onto the plane. Going to the right, yeah, still got that weird flop, but it's quick. And kind of seems like it's calmed down a little bit, except that. So I'm gonna increase my travel back up to 75%. And so all I'm doing is just either increasing or decreasing how much that rudder turns. So making it not so sensitive. See, like that turn was smooth. Whoa, 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 good, stay down. The straight line, this boat does good. I think with a little bit more tuning, yeah, look good. Hit a weird wave right there. Okay, so that's travel. Now there's Exponential. See if I can, and it's been a while since I've done Expo. So Expo is basically make the steering a little bit more softer, so when you do an input one direction, you know, the steering is only going to move so much until you get to a full tilt turn. Now I'm getting some wind. See, that looks good. A little bit of Expo on that steering, and you can see just the waves kick up a little bit more. See, with the Expo that looks better. So that's negative 20% Expo. So basically as much, so when you start turning it, it reduces the sensitivity a little bit more. So now with that, so now the steering now seems, I'm going to go back to steering. So travel, and increase it back up to 90. Just get a little bit more short steering, a little more turning out of it. There we go. It is getting a little more choppier, as you can see. It does pretty good for a little bit of chop, though. Yeah, turning that Expo is real. Okay, so adding a little bit of Expo into the steering, to me, seemed to help. Add a little more throttle into the corner. It's kind of staying down a little bit more now. Just quick. And my water's not, the wave's kind of kicked up a little bit. And this is with a very aggressive propeller too. Ooh, got a little airborne there. A little bit airborne there, but she's taking it. Turning is much better though. Oh, yay, we're up. Okay. She's just taking it. Okay. So that's adding Expo. I'm back to steering at 90%. That actually seemed really good. So let's take Expo. And that was Expo to the right. So we're gonna take Expo to 30% now. Expo. And really make it, so it makes the steering a little bit more softer. Oh yeah. Now I can actually get some steering into turning now. I'm gonna get some speed into turning. All right, so that's a little bit about the Expo steering rate. And for you guys that don't know, but you can see just a little bit of that Expo kind of help trim it out in the corners a little bit more and kind of get more throttle into the corners. And she's a little more trim now. So, you know, the normal bounce up and over. Look at that. So add a dead stop. Done. And it's still, you know, got the torque twist, but granted, this is a big prop. Okay, go back to the right one more time. Sharp turn, but that's all right. Okay, so now she seems a little bit more trimmed on the steering now. Woohoo! Fighting. Yeah, buddy. There we go. Oh! Yes. Good little boy. You know, it's always fun when you start ripping it, then it just does something funny, gets a flip, and then lands back up. Well, I think after that one, I think my batteries must be getting low, but geez, there's still more power into it. Yeah, I'm starting to, so I think I'm finally gonna end the video clip here. You know, I know where my limits are with this boat and being pushed now, and eventually if I keep on going, I will be playing fetch. That is sometimes fun, sometimes not. We all know. Anyways, well, thank you for watching. Hopefully, you know, that's a little bit of with Expo and steering rate seemed to kind of help calm it down, and I was able to move the batteries back a little bit more. So a little bit more tuning advice on the Blackjack 24. Thanks for watching.